All right, and welcome back to Andy's Cavern. How all doing tonight, folks? All well, I hope. I've got my good pal from Salford, Jamie, joining me here for a rundown on a review of the Arslan Makhmudov Dave Allen heavyweight bout that's just been on. And don't forget, like and subscribe if you haven't already to Andy's Cavern Boxing and Autos if you're into cars. But yeah, what do you think, Jamie?
I've just realised it looks like I've not moved since last night, doesn't it? I'm wearing the same clothes and
Excuse me.
I'm sat in the same position. I have moved. I just want to tell everyone. I'm half cut. Surprise, surprise. Because everyone knows I like to drink. But me and you watched the fight together, didn't we, Andy? And
Yeah,
yeah, got a lot of views on it. To be honest, not surprised at the result. Well, after watching the fight, I did sort of think maybe, because Dave had a bit of success sort of later rounds,
yeah.
that we might have seen a cheeky little dodgy decision, but I'm glad we didn't.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, breaking it down technically, what are you thinking?
It was quite it was scrappy at times, wasn't it? But Makhmudov is quite basic. I think we both agreed at the time he's quite amateurish his style in some respects, isn't it? But he was
Yeah,
busy. I think just his busyness probably won him the rounds, whereas Dave wasn't doing enough, was he? He wasn't.
yeah. I mean,
He just
what we
wasn't.
noted, wasn't it, that even when Makhmudov wasn't landing big shots, he was just touching Dave, and that, at the end of the day, scoring criteria is landing with the knuckle part of the glove.
Yeah,
And at the end of the day, that's what he was doing. Even he wasn't landing power shots. It was like he was doing boxer size. I think I commented at one point. It was like he was doing
yeah,
boxer size, McMahon. He was landing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and Dave was just doing a really bad impression of Callum Smith. You
yeah,
know, and going back to what I said last night, I think he really would have benefited from, you know, rather than because he was dictating the pace of the fight at some points in the early rounds. He was pushing forward to the ropes, but he wasn't actually throwing any punches. So I remember I was saying to you, wasn't I? My my thinking last night was, Dave would have been better, sort of boxing off the back foot and maybe making Makhmudov work for it a little bit, making him
yeah,
tired and all that. Whereas he was sort of playing into Makhmudov's hands a little bit and just allowing Makhmudov to throw the shots because he was getting close to him. Makhmudov, as I said, is very, very handy, sort of, when you're in close quarters. So all he was doing was just pop, 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 pop,
yeah.
and scoring points, and then we're piling up early. And then, in my eyes, as soon as Dave, thought, "Oh shit, I need to be doing something here," I think it was too late.
Too late. It
He was
folded, right?
landing,
Mhm.
he was landing big bombs, wasn't he, at times?
Yeah,
And but he also wasn't giving himself, you know. And at the end of the day, I'm criticising Dave Allen. I haven't boxed an able-bodied round in my life. I've been boxing, but you don't use your legs, do you? So,
yeah.
but I mean, he just wasn't. I don't know whether it was just a capability issue. He said at the end of the fight he wasn't good enough. A
Yeah.
lot of the time, I think when he was getting close, he should have been pushing away and having a look at what he was doing. But I don't know whether that's just capability or whether it was because he was too knackered. I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, I mean, he looked totally knackered at the end. Both of them looked pretty knackered at the end, but I think it'd be fair to say Makhmudov very crude, but he was effective at the same time, wasn't he? And Dave was
Yeah,
applying, Dave was applying pressure without doing a lot, and it's the not doing a lot that probably cost him the fight. If he'd thrown some more leather, I don't think there was a
yeah.
big difference in the punches landed, was there, when you looked at the stats at the end? But there was a big
No.
difference in the punches thrown. Makhmudov, even though maybe the landing on the gloves and that wasn't scoring, but he was still busy in the eyes of the
Yeah,
judges. He would be
because at the
easily.
end of the day, the judges haven't got access to CompuBox, have they, or whatever they're
No.
using to tally up. They're just going off their eyes.
Yeah,
And I said to you on numerous occasions, didn't I? At the end of the day, oh, shit. Makhmudov's throwing and he's landing. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter about the power; it's the volume, and
yeah.
that's what's scoring. So Dave, I wouldn't say let himself down because there's a lot of media that sat there and said that Makhmudov's this monster. I didn't buy into that narrative, as we didn't really, did we? I mean, he's this monster. He's going to stop Dave Allen. He's going to do this and he's going to do that. I didn't buy into that, but yeah, Dave could have done more for me. Could have
He's
done more.
he's he's certainly he's probably he might be kicking himself now, eh? He's
But he will tomorrow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what could have been like you said yourself. If that was Derek Chisora in there with Makhmudov, he wouldn't have given him a minute's peace, would he? Just
Oh
be
yeah,
on.
I've not even mentioned that, have I? Like I was saying, Derek Chisora would be the perfect opponent for. Well, Makhmudov would be the perfect opponent for Derek Chisora at this point because even though Makhmudov can punch, I think if you really press him and put it on him and just make him work. So this is what I was saying last night. Making him work doesn't mean just leaning on his chest. It means moving. If Dave
Yeah,
Allen had been a bit more savvy with his feet, made Makhmudov work and just give him a little bit more, to breathe about, we might be talking a bit differently. But thing is, Derek Chisora, he's crude as anything, but he would, yeah, he would have. And the success points of tonight was when Dave Allen was, in the later rounds, he was able to maybe get a bit closer because Makhmudov was knackered and just leaning over and just swinging wildly. And that is Derek Chisora's speciality. So if you're looking for an opponent for that last fight,
yeah,
if you want to prolong it a little bit, get Makhmudov in there for you, get that scalp. And but I think he's heading towards Anthony Joshua now, isn't he?
yeah.
Apparently.
I should be lining him up with, but Dave said he's never been hit as hard as he's been hit by Makhmudov, so he obviously rates Makhmudov's power. And he's been in well, Dave's been in with a lot of big punchers, isn't he? He's been in with David Price, Louis Ortiz, Dillian White. He's been in with a lot of big punchers, Dave, and he's sparred Joshua umpteen rounds, isn't he? And many
Lucas
others.
Brown could punch as
Lucas
well,
Brown's
from
a
what I
big
remember.
puncher too, yeah.
Yeah, so it's quite a compliment. But yeah, well, at the end of the day, no, do you know what? I'm backtracking a lot in this episode. I'm saying Dave maybe let himself down, but he's not, is he? I think because Dave's at a certain level, and it's not Dave's fault that boxing wants to put him up on a pedestal. Dave shouldn't be on his own. Dave's promoter now should be Ben Shalom
Yeah,
because he's BBC standard.
yeah,
He should be in the mix for a British title now. And
yeah.
he wants to carry on. I think that's the next step for him.
I'd like to see him win a British title. I think that'd be win a British title and then bow out. I think that'd be a nice fitting end to his career. I think it'd be nice to see him win that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't want to see him just going in as an opponent all the time and getting picked off. And he took a lot of punishment the other night. He got hit with a lot of big shots, didn't he? And it
yeah,
proves he's tough, but there's no there's no prizes for being tough, really, is there?
exactly. Anyone can prove they're tough,
Yeah,
you know.
and
Well, not anyone, but I don't know. I'm just really, I'm arguing with myself tonight, aren't I? But if you've got your hands up and the gloves are in front of your face, do you know
yeah,
what I mean? You can probably stand the heat.
yeah.
So yeah, at the end of the day, boxing's about landing, and it's
But
about
without being hit, innit?
well, exactly. But he wasn't hitting enough tonight. He was doing, as I said, he was doing a bad Callum Smith impression. He was wandering forward with his hands up, and Makhmudov was very busy. He was busier. He was doing his boxercise impression,
Yeah.
and fair play to him.
He
Fair
is a
play, but
he is a realist, Dave, isn't he? He's under no illusions that he's better than what he is. He is. He
yeah,
said himself, this is a big challenge for him, didn't he? And he chose the opponent as well, I believe, don't he?
he did. Yeah, he asked for him. So again, fair play today, but he shouldn't be on his own. This fight shouldn't have been given the, I've been saying today, haven't I? Because we talk quite a lot in our group chat, don't we? And
Yeah.
I've said today it's weird boxing. It's been weird recently. We've gone from undisputed title fights, undisputed, potential eliminators for the IBF. Well, not potential eliminators for the IBF with Fabian Wardley and all that, and then Dave Allen's taking top billing. Dave Allen's never won a title, well, a meaningful title, and
Yeah.
he's taking top billing on DAZN. And DAZN is supposed to be the powerhouse of the sport. It's a strange time, and I don't begrudge him because I like Dave. I'd certainly rather have Dave at the top than Conor Benn. Again, don't get me started. He's a scumbag, but yeah, my if you really want to sort of work towards that British title and endear yourself to the public even more, if Eddie Hearn lets you go after this, sign with Ben Shalom and get on the BBC.
Yeah.
Because he could get on Strictly Come Dancing. They could do shoulder programming, little documentaries about him. He's a lovely fella.
And he's kind of, I think we discussed last night, didn't we? He's kind of like a working class hero figure, isn't he?
Yeah. Ricky
He's,
Hatton Light. That's what he is.
yeah, everybody can
He's
relate.
Ricky Hatton Light. Yeah.
Probably everybody knows a Dave Allen somewhere in their life, don't they?
Yeah, massively, massively.
Likeable
And
character.
yeah, I'd love to see him do well, and bring a bit of my personal situation into it. He spoke to me, not literally. I've never spoken to Dave Allen, but his circumstances spoke to me because he had a gambling problem for quite some time. I used to have a gambling addiction,
Yeah.
so I mean, it's not saying I'd go into in any depth, but he is like the everyman. These are the sort of problems that people have.
Yeah.
So he's spoken to me and he's dealt with it with humility and he's spoken about his mental health problems and everything like that. Yeah, he is. He's like the everyman. So I want to see him do well, but I don't want to see. I don't want to see him taking up a top level slot when, without being rude, he's not deserving of that because he's not at that level.
I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him take unnecessary punishment either if he doesn't have to, But yeah, we just wish him well. We just hope he'd do well. I was wrong with my prediction. I thought
So was I.
David maybe get to him later in the fight. There was a few moments I thought, he's maybe going to get him here, but wasn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, Andy Sphincter was going when in round 8. I heard a load of farting going on. He's like, got a quid on this.
Round 8 was the biggest payout, wasn't it? It would have been.
Yeah, got a quid on this. Come on.
I think I had £2 in round 8 instead of £1.
Yeah. The streets of Aberdeen would have been lit up with gold tonight, wouldn't they?
Perhaps.
I know, yeah, I'm taking the mic. But
yeah.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, I mean, where does he go from here, Andy?
I heard Carl Frampton say he'd like to see him retire, but at the end of the day, it's up to Dave what Dave does, isn't it? If he's like you said yourself, you mentioned British title. I'd like to see him win a British title. And think who's fighting for that now? Fraser Clark and Jamie
Tushkiva. Yeah.
So they're fine. Maybe if he got the winner of that or something. But then you shouldn't be able to get a title shot off the back of a loss, but that seems to happen.
I know. It makes sense, doesn't it? It's a nice little, like, Ben Shalom could have a nice little round robin there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's lost Ben Whittaker, but deal with what you've got. You've got a nice little deal with the BBC there. They're going to be seen, even though Channel 5 is on terrestrial telly, well, it's not terrestrial anymore, is it? But what was known as terrestrial TV, easy access, BBC would still get more eyes on it because you've got the EastEnders crowd, you've got the Match of the Day crowd, people coming in after having a beer at the weekend and oh, hang on a minute. I'm going to slop myself down in front of the sofa. I need easy viewing. What's this? Oh, I'll stick BBC Two on. Not watching it, but, tuning in.
Yeah.
So Dave Allen could be the face of that little operation.
Yeah,
He needs to build. For me, Ben Shalom needs to build from the bottom again because I don't think the Sky experiment, and it was an experiment on Sky's part, I don't
yeah,
think that was a success. Ben Shalom needs to prove his mettle, and the way to do that is start at British title level and then prove your worth, move your way up. And Dave Allen would be the perfect vehicle to move that forward because he's so likable.
yeah. And I mean, British
Yeah,
title, it's something that should be sought after. It seems to get, and a lot of what annoys me, a lot of people win the British title, and then they just discard it and move on to
yeah,
supposedly bigger and better things. But I'd like to see a Tumo fight for the British title as well.
I
Uh,
would.
if we'll do it a tradition, I think he's got the Commonwealth belt, isn't he? After
He has.
reason that
Yeah.
was on the line against,
I'd like to see him do it a lot. I'd like to see him win the European and, you
yeah,
know, do a
do
Henry
it like,
Cooper. And it endears you to the public a bit more, doesn't it?
yeah. Lennox Lewis did that, didn't he? He did the kind of traditional route, didn't he? I think he won
Mm-hmm.
British, Commonwealth, European, uh,
Hmm.
before going on to World Honours, and yeah, I think that's what should happen. Yeah, I'd like to see that. I wouldn't like to see Dave Allen in by Tumo because that'd just be a
That's
bad fight,
genocide, mate.
a bad fight for Dave.
I think
Uh,
Makhmudov, like, there was just so, and I mean, it's a bit silly, isn't it, comparing them, I suppose, but like, I even said tonight, didn't I, like, that was a tailma. Like, taking advantage of those gaps, and this is the thing about explosiveness and explosive power, maybe it's Dave's age or whatever, but there's so many times where it's like, you could have thrown a shot there, Dave. You could have had an impact, but he was too busy with his hands up to his face.
yeah,
Whereas a Talma or even Chisora, and I'm saying this, Chisora's a 40-year-old man. Chisora's more explosive than Dave Allen,
yeah.
and he would have made Makhmudov pay.
Chisora must
It
be
was
fit
quite
for his age, because I think he's was he about 42, 41 or 42, and he
41 now, I think.
he can maintain a pace.
Yeah.
Uh,
At what cost though? He's going to be a vegetable when
oh,
he's
he should have been retired 5 years ago, shouldn't he? He's just gone
yeah,
on.
he's got I think he's got a cauliflower brain now, hasn't
Yeah, it's
he? No cauliflower ear. So yeah, I think that would make sense. But if AJ's looking for I mean, I said AJ. If AJ's got anything left, he should beat Makhmudov. But
yeah.
thinking about it, maybe not
If Makhmudov's as big
because
a puncher as Dave Allen says he is, and he caught AJ earlier, what's to say he couldn't do a number on him, and then he's propelled himself right into the stratosphere of top level
yeah,
for
and
somebody
there's
as
that
good as
stiff.
he is.
There was yeah, exactly. There's that stiffness. Dave Allen was very very stiff tonight, and he
Yeah,
just and AJ's in that mold at the moment. All right, he's boxed at a higher level, but once you get the yips, as they say in darts, or
yeah,
you know, well, it's snooker as well, isn't it? Once you get that, or you become sort of gun shy, as they say in boxing, it don't matter really what level you were at, does it? Look at Deontay Wilder.
yeah.
Fury turned him into a ghost,
Yeah, he's just
and now he's
close to
yeah,
what he
he's
was, didn't
nothing.
he? He just looked a shell
Yes,
man when he took on Parker, wasn't he? And then Zhang finished him off with that his big Zhang bang, didn't it? Or big bang Zhang.
yeah. I mean, it's quite sad, isn't it? The guy was terrifying.
And now he still wants to go on it. It's like, oh, but in his
Yeah.
last, it
Do
wasn't
you know
a,
what though? I'm not going to say anything bad about Wilder because I just think he started boxing for his daughter, and she's got
yeah,
spina bifida, I think,
that's right.
and he achieved millionaire status, and he's done it for her. So fair play to him. As long
Yeah,
as you want to like, and he is not very skillful, is he, in terms of boxing IQ, but that right hand, absolutely immense.
he could probably be seen as an overachiever. I mean, the WBC probably helped him. How often did he have a mandatory? It was
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
spoon fed
yeah.
for a number of years. But
I think he had 10 title defenses. I think.
yeah, but against who? That's always been the query, isn't it?
But I mean, we can say that though against two, but
Well,
again, that right hand got him out of trouble, didn't it?
Oh, against Ortiz, he was getting well beaten, wasn't he? And then,
Yeah, and he just destroyed him, didn't
yeah,
he?
Ortiz was
So
a handy enough guy, but he's like the man nobody knows his age, isn't he? Ageless.
he was about 65, wasn't he? That was what the problem was.
Gets him in the
So
pick.
yeah.
Mm.
So I mean, it's going to be. I know I'm being a bit negative here, but I don't really think a Makhmudov win adds much to the heavyweight landscape. I think a Makhmudov win is just like, oh, let's shove him to the back, and he'll
Yeah,
just get a spot on an undercard in Riyadh or whatever. But it would have been far more interesting if Dave Allen would have won tonight, because then we'd be speculating. But that's because of Dave Allen's level. Whereas
yeah,
Makhmudov winning, the bookies expected him to win, even though I thought Dave Allen could have won tonight.
yeah.
He could have done if he'd have been a bit busier. But
I think the bookies had it quite level. I think it was 10-11 for both of them to win there, so they must have had it
oh,
fairly
was it right? Okay,
fairly
yeah,
even. I think maybe Makhmudov against maybe a comeback and Andy Ruiz or something might be an interesting fight. Andy Ruiz's hand speed's phenomenal compared to Makhmudov's, though, isn't it?
yeah,
So
he
it
smashed him.
might be an intriguing matchup.
Maybe.
Ruiz is a big puncher, isn't he? He's still dangerous. Though I thought Miller beat him in that last fight. Big
Yeah,
Pharma. But
no, he didn't be. Shouldn't be anywhere near a ring, should he? Really?
yeah, there's no talk of him fighting Tuma as well at one point. But
Yeah.
I don't know, he doesn't really deserve it, does he? He is.
No.
He does come across as a bit of a character. He can talk smack and whatnot. But he's the fact he's
Yeah,
feel.
but at the end of the day, like
Yeah,
you put in stuff in your body to hurt other people, and as I've always said, I always use this phrase. If I ever get famous or got famous, this would be my phrase. In a profession of violence, you don't. Do you know what I mean? You need to go to prison if you're fucking
oh yeah.
about with drugs.
You
Definitely.
know, if you're
So
knowingly
you
doing
can you
that,
can be as nice, can be as funny as you want. I don't care. If
no,
my son was in with Big Baby Miller, it doesn't matter.
yeah,
Like you can be as funny as you want. If you're putting my son's life at risk, or if I'm the father of a heavyweight contender and you're juicing, I don't care how funny you are.
no,
Do you know what I
that's
mean?
that's with intent to cause harm, really, isn't it? If you're,
Yeah, and that's why I can't stand Conor Ben, because he
yeah,
sits there and he goes, "Oh yeah, oh sorry to bring Conor Ben into it, but." He sits there and he's like, "Oh, I've been cleared. I've been cleared. All right. Where's the dossier?
it's a shambles,
Where is
right?
it?"
And Eddie Hearns is guilty in that as well. He was
Yeah, of course he is.
pulling all the stops out to try and get the fight on, and then what sickened me was after the fight. I mean, Eubank well beat him in my book. Uh, the post-fight press conference, he's talking about, oh, we need to take him down another couple of pounds and all this shit, and it's like, what?
Yeah,
You trying to kill him? And what?
yeah. You're trying to kill him, and it's not going to wash with me that on Netflix you've thrown a couple of tears about and said, "Oh, I want to commit suicide." No, it doesn't wash with me. Unfortunately, I've had experience of suicide within my family.
Yeah,
Right. So you, Conor Ben, turning around and saying like, "Oh, you know, I couldn't deal with it." You couldn't deal with what? You couldn't deal with what? You're meant to be a big old boxer, and yeah,
couldn't deal with
deal
being
with it.
found out. Eh?
Yeah, you couldn't deal with being found out. And do you know what? If I'm wrong, take me to court. I got
Yeah,
£2.50 in my bank account. Take me to court. Like
yeah,
you scumbag.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd
I
love
should,
the opportunity. I
I
would
should
love
never,
the opportunity to interview him. I'd interview him.
I should
I
never
wouldn't
be
even need any
forgotten.
questions in front of me. I'd make him cry, Andy.
Yeah, should never be forgotten. Getting any stuff like that because it all gets
Definitely not.
swept,
And that's
all gets swept to the
well,
side, and then they carry on regardless. Saying it's
Dillian White as well. Dillian White. All right. Like we were saying, oh, Moses Atalma. Good test. Well, Dylan White shouldn't be in a ring anyway. Tyson Fury shouldn't be in a ring.
yeah, that's right. He failed on numerous occasions, doesn't he? Was it two? Did he
Yeah,
fail two tests? Didn't he? Yeah. Or
yeah.
I had a refusal
Nandrolone.
as well, didn't he? Yeah.
Nandrolone, yeah. It's just it's a barren wasteland out there, really. If everyone got in trouble for what they actually did, there'd be no one left. I'll be heavyweight champion of the world.
That's it. There'll be
I've got
nobody
the
left.
mouth for it. I'm like the white Muhammad Ali, mate. I tell you.
Yeah, but yeah, it was an intriguing fight tonight. Not the most, not the most. What would you say?
Engaging, but
Not most
well,
engaging.
no, engaging is probably the wrong word. It was
It
engaging.
was engaging,
It
but it
wasn't the
wasn't.
most action packed, but it was intriguing because you was constantly wondering, is he going to wipe him out? It was like when Fury fought Klitschko. That was a
Yeah,
boring fight in the grand scheme of things, but you never quite knew if the tide was going to turn.
yeah. It
So,
could at any moment, I suppose. But
yeah,
yeah, it wasn't rich in the sweet science. You would say it was a tad crude.
yeah. It was more like, rich tea biscuits than, sweet, sweet hobnobs in the,
Chocolate hobnobs.
yeah. I know a lot about that. Look at the chins. So, yeah. But it's been a pleasure watching boxing with you tonight, Andy. And,
Yeah,
you
enjoyed
know,
that.
yeah,
Enjoyed that. I wasn't even going to come out to the cavern because I was feeling a bit rough because my wife's got a bad cold, so I feel like I've got to start it. So I just hope it. I hope I wake up tomorrow and feeling a wee bit better than I am today. But never mind. There's folk in worse conditions than me, so there's no
yeah.
point moaning about that. That's neither here nor there. But no, I enjoyed watching that, Jamie. It was good having a crack while it was on it. But
Definitely, yeah, definitely.
Jerry's a bit busy tonight, I think, and he's otherwise engaged, but we'll get a catch up with him through the week at some point. And
He is the bastard. He's abandoned us.
he's
I've been
abandoned us.
stuck to this chair for the last 24 hours.
Waiting on you, Jerry. Where have you been?
Yeah, where you been? But he's scumbag, mate. He's scumbag. I'm only joking.
He's a good lad, Jerry. Hope he's having a nice night out.
Hmm.
Good stuff. Okie dokie. Thanks very much, Jamie, for coming on. And
My pleasure.
we'll get a catch up soon. Till the next time. Thanks everybody for watching. And don't forget, Boxers in Need, www.boxersinneed.com for anybody that wants to make a wee charitable donation. That's £12 a year. I think it's £1 a month. And all that goes to boxers who have fallen on hard times and grassroots boxing. So it's a good worthy cause for any of you boxing fans out there. So and don't
Most
forget, like
definitely.
and subscribe, Sandy's Cavern Boxing. Let's get up over 1,000 subscribers and I can open the merch shop so you can buy nice hoodies and t-shirts like this.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Take
Okay,
care, everyone.
thanks very much, pal. And till the next time, it's good night from me and good night from him.
Good
Good night.
night. See you later.
Cheers, folks. Take care. Bye bye.